Hello, I'm Fabian Kuya with Elbc Newsline. Today is Wednesday, January 21, 2026, and these are our top stories. President Joseph Boyka consoles former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor on the passing of her son. Government of Liberia pushes for foreign direct investment at World Economic Forum. Environmental Protection Agency responds to acid spillage along the Banga Kokoya Road in Bon County. And away from Liberia, Nigeria's police confirm mass church abductions after previous denial. These stories and much more, including sports, the weather forecast, the news in Liberian English and French, but first, the news bulletin and Grace Tower.
President Joseph Boakai has consoled former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor on the passing of his son. The president's visit on Wednesday is in a spirit of unity and respect to the former Vice President. Charles Philip Taylor, a master's degree holder in port management, died Tuesday at the John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital following a brief illness. The Liberian leader has been accompanied by several government officials. Finance and Development Planning Minister Augustine Gapon has reaffirmed the country's openness to investment, speaking at a high-level roundtable on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. He said Liberia's presence at the WEF marks a new phase of engagement with the global investment community. Minister Gapon noted that this renewed outreach is anchored by macroeconomic stabilization, institutional reforms, and a growing pipeline of bankable projects.
Europe's micro-fiscal framework is strengthening in ways that reduce sovereign rates perceptions and improve predictability for long-term capital.
The Liberian finance minister highlighted strengthening microeconomic and fiscal indicators as key drivers of renewed investor confidence. He disclosed that Liberia's economy grew by 4.0% in 2024 and is projected to expand by 5.8% in 2026. Minister Kapuan also highlighted that inflation has declined sharply, standing at 4% at the end of December 2025, while fiscal performance has also improved significantly. Meanwhile, Finance Minister Augustine Gapon is calling on multilateral institutions to scale up finance and technical assistance to Liberia. The Liberian Finance Minister is also urging private investors to engage directly with Liberian ministries to develop projects that deliver both commercial returns and development impact. Minister Gapon emphasized Liberia's liberal investment regime, citing its dual currency system for repatriation of profits and capital, open capital account, and progress towards establishing special economic zones.
As government endorsed project pipelines, standardized PPP procedure ready for feasibility stage engagement. We invite multilaterals to deepen blended finance, guarantee, and technical assistance support that accelerate bankability and strengthens safeguards.
He also emphasized that Liberia's ascendancy to a seat on the United Nations Security Council strengthens its standing as a credible and reliable global partner. Minister Gapon told foreign investors that Liberia has been reaffirmed for her second Millennium Challenge Cooperation Compact after passing more than the required indicators, including key anti-corruption benchmarks. The Liberian government is calling for deeper and more strategic partnerships between government, multilateral institutions, and the private sector. Government emphasized that Liberia's economic future is inseparable from its diplomatic and peace-building role on the global stage. The government's position was contained in a statement by Foreign Minister Sarah Besloyanti at a closed-door dialogue organized at the Financial Times House on the sidelines of the ongoing World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Minister Yanti said Liberia stands at a pivotal moment in its national journey, which is defined not by dependency, but proactive engagement and shared responsibility. At the gathering, the Foreign Minister conveyed greetings from President Joseph Boakai, adding that the presence of global partners at the roundtable reflects growing confidence in Liberia's future and a shared belief in principled forward-looking partnerships. The Foreign Minister said the deliberate small private nature of the roundtable was intended to move beyond rhetoric and focus on alignment, especially between public and private capital, national priorities, and global responsibilities. Meanwhile, Foreign Minister Sarah Besloyanti has highlighted Liberia's engagement with the United Nations system, including its contributions and aspirations within the Multilateral and Security Council frameworks. Minister Yanti named credibility built through democratic transitions, peacekeeping contributions, and constructive multilateral engagement as three key areas Liberia carries on the global stage, according to her strategic relevance as a stable West African democracy, navigating stability, climate pressures, and economic opportunity remains in the country's shared purpose. These trends, Minister Sarah Besloyanti emphasized, position Liberia as a reliable and forward-looking partner in global economic diplomacy and peace building. She said Liberia is ready to listen, test assumptions, identify mutual interests, and explore how its economic diplomacy can advance both national development and global stability. The session concluded with Minister Yanti describing it as an opportunity for candid and constructive dialogue among global leaders and investors on Liberia's evolving role in the international system. The chairman of the National Investment Commission, Jeff Blibo, has highlighted additional potential investment areas, including mining, tourism, and technology. Chairman Blibo noted that the commission is working with other government institutions to enhance Liberia's attractiveness as an investment destination. He spoke Tuesday at a high-level roundtable on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. The World Economic Forum was first held in Davos in 1971 as a gathering of business executives. Over the years, it has expanded significantly in scope, bringing together global leaders to address a wide range of issues, including economic inequality, climate change, technological innovation, and international cooperation. The Environmental Protection Agency says it has effectively responded and contained an acid spillage that occurred along the Banga to Kokoya Road in Bong County. On January 18, 2026, a semi-trailer truck transporting 10 intermediate bulk containers of hydrochloric acid from the free port of Monrovia to the MNG Gold Liberia operational site in Kokoya experienced a fire incident that damaged four rear tires. The incident resulted in the leakage of approximately 40 liters of hydrochloric acid from one affected container. In a statement, the EPA said the spillage was fully contained with no lasting environmental or public health impact. The agency noted that it has commissioned continuous environmental monitoring of the affected area to ensure ongoing public safety and environmental integrity. The release also quotes the EPA as reaffirming its unwavering commitment to protecting the health and safety of all residents of Liberia. The EPA also vowed to continue enforcing strict regulations governing the transportation and handling of hazardous chemicals by certified companies operating under its supervision. Labor Minister Councillor Kopo Kura has cited the management of Biochico and China Railway Development for a high-level conference. The conference scheduled for January 29 aims to discuss issues relating to labor and workplace standards at the two companies. A Labor Ministry release emphasized that the meeting is intended to also address concerns regarding the company's alleged failure to fully comply with their established procedures. The release noted that the conference will highlight the alien registration, the acquisition of the alien work permits, as well as the training of Liberian workers, among others. Meanwhile, the Labor Ministry has requested the companies to present several documents, including copies of the concession agreement with the Liberian government, copies of all contractual agreement with subcontractor companies, and valid work permit for all expatriates. The release also named the payroll for all foreign staff, the list of all Liberian staff, and human resource policy manual. The National Food Assistance Agency and the Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO) have signed an agreement to strengthen institutional and operational capacities. The partnership aims to reduce food insecurity and improve access to nutrition in Liberia. The agreement also seeks to develop a 5-year strategic plan for the National Food Assistance Agency with funding from the FAO. NFAA Director General Boakai Salim thanked FAO representative in Liberia, Mr. Said Abubakar Bansi, for the continued partnership with government to improve food security and nutrition in the country. Director Salif, in a statement, assured the FAO of the NFAA's preparedness to work with them for the success of the outcome of the agreement. The outcome of the agreement aligns with the country's development plan, specifically under Pillar 2, which underscores economic transformation and strategic policy. The Liberia Electricity Corporation has clarified that the recent abrupt power disruptions experienced in parts of the country were not due to inadequate electricity supply or load shedding. According to LEC, it was a result of abrupt trips on the Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea transmission line. The CLSG transmission line serves as the regional interconnected electricity backbone linking the 4 countries. A release from the LEC says when such trips occur on the CLSG network, they generate system feedback into local substations to protect critical equipment and prevent extensive damage. LEC automated protection systems are designed to immediately shut down affected components. LEC assures the public that this protective response is a standard and necessary safety mechanism to safeguard infrastructure and ensure system reliability. Former National Security Agency senior agent Peter Bonjala, accused of sodomizing and gang raping a minor, has filed a motion for separate trial before Criminal Court E. Among other charges, Jala is accused of statutory rape and kidnapping. According to our judicial reporter, the 4-count motion filed by his lawyer, Councillor Wefwa Say, argues that Peter Bonjala is not guilty for the commission of the above crimes. Councillor Say contends that under the law, defense is separate and distinct, especially when his co-defendant, yet identified as said to be on the run. His lawyer, in the motion for separate trial, said when there are multiple defendants in a criminal case with different defenses, a severance trial may be granted upon request. Councillor Wefwase referenced Chapter 6, Section 6.5 of the Civil Procedure Law of Liberia as reliance to support his motion. Suspect Peter Bonjala was arrested by police, charged, and forwarded to court on allegedly sexually abusing a 16-year-old boy. He is currently detained at the Monrovia Central Prison. Law enforcement officers in Lopa County have forwarded 2 men to court for allegedly raping a 12-year-old girl in Kolahun district. The suspects, identified as Pape John Yuma and Victor Waye, both in their 20s, are accused of luring the minor into the bush and committing the act. Our correspondent said the suspects reportedly admitted to the commission of the crime and pleaded for mercy during police investigation. Meanwhile, the survivor is currently undergoing home treatment in Kolahun. Education Minister Dr. Jasu Jala said government remains unbending in improving the education sector, especially towards the delivery of lessons in the classroom. She said the Education Ministry has already begun training more teachers and school administrators while expanding some elementary schools to full senior secondary school. Mr. Jala made a specific reference to the Beartown Elementary School in Bomi County and the Bekedu and Stakonadu Junior Public Schools in Lopa County. The Education Minister emphasized that these steps signal a significant progress towards the access of quality education.
Bomi County, as well as some other counties. It's just that we've started in Bomi and Lopa, and we are proud to say that those expenses have been supported by the government of Liberia through the Public Sector Investment Project.
According to Minister Jala, as part of efforts to combat these long-standing challenges, the ministry in 2025 launched the Teachers Wellbeing Survey. The minister said the survey aims to integrate the voices of teachers and school administrators, something he believes is cardinal to the advancement of the sector. Meanwhile, Minister Jasu Jala says the ministry has envisioned transparency and foundational learning as key priorities for 2026. She said for the next 5 years, the ministry stands to work under the supervision of the Excel Project for Foundational Learners. The Excellence in Learning Project is an 88.7 million initiative aimed at improving foundational literacy and numerical skills for over 35,000 pupils nationwide. Minister Jala emphasized that the project is targeted towards foundational learners based on its essence of equipping the early foundation of a child for lifelong learning.
Excel Project is a phenomenal reform project that's going to be delivered in Liberia over the next 5 years. It was launched by the president in December, and it's called Excellence in Learning, and its focus is K2 through 6th grade.
For accountability and transparency, she said the ministry is initiating a platform where the public will fully access the ministry's operations, and that's the bulletin.
Crystal and the news bulletin, one of the top